Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: Bastille Day celebrated under lockdown. France is honoring its health workers at scaled-down events to mark the national celebration Bastille Day, amid the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Authorities cancelled the traditional military parade but instead held a tribute to those tackling the virus. Invited audience members included families of French workers who died of COVID-19. The annual events mark the storming of Bastille prison on the 14th of July 1789, seen as the start of the French Revolution. It is the first time officials have called off the annual military parade through the capital Paris since the end of World War II in 1945. President Emmanuel Macron gave a rare televised interview after ceremonies in the morning, in which he answered questions about the coronavirus pandemic and the state of the economy. How has France been celebrating? Around 2,000 French soldiers gathered for a ceremony in the Place de la Concorde. It began with a tribute to Jean-Charles de Gaulle, who 80 years ago famously called on France to resist the Nazi German occupation in a radio address from the BBC in London. Though there has been no parade on the Champs-Élysées, the troops were honoring all those mobilized to tackle the coronavirus outbreak, including health workers and the armed forces. It comes the day after the French government agreed on pay rises worth €8 billion, £7.2 billion, $9 billion for French health workers. A traditional flypast included military aircraft as well as a transport plane used to carry COVID-19 patients at the height of the pandemic in France. Image copyright Getty Images. Image caption: military aircraft flew over Paris to mark the occasion. Image copyright Reuters. Image caption: about 2,000 soldiers are taking part in the ceremony. Some 2,500 specially invited audience members, including the families of health workers who died during the pandemic, watched events from socially distanced seating. Officials from 4 nations who took in French patients, Austria, Germany, Luxembourg and Switzerland, were also invited to watch. Events have been closed to the public, although they were being televised. Many areas of Paris have been shut to prevent crowds gathering. Traditional fireworks by the Eiffel Tower will take place at 2300 local time as a symbol of the resilience of our capital and our nation and a tribute to all the everyday heroes who worked during the duration of the epidemic, a joint press release by city officials said. What about the coronavirus? In his televised interview, Mr. Macron said he was in favor of making face masks compulsory in public indoor spaces to curtail the coronavirus pandemic, adding such a measure could come into force from the 1st of August. Masks are required on public transport across France, but are not mandatory in enclosed public spaces.